Hi everyone, let's take a look at the following example. Solve for x. 3 times sine x square equal to 2 cosine x square, where x is in between 0 and 2 pi inclusive. Step 1. The opposite of multiplying by cosine square x is a divide by cosine square x. Step number 2. If you think about the left-hand side, sine divided by cosine is going to be 10x. So sine square x divided by cosine square x is going to be 10 square x. Again, if you think about the opposite of multiplying by 3, that is dividing by 3. So now we can write down 10 square x equals to 2 divided by 3. Now be very careful here. The next step is to take the opposite operation of squaring something, which will be the square root, but there are two cases. So for your reference, I'm going to draw a line, divide this into two different columns. In the first case, we have 10x, which equals to the square root of 2 over 3. And in the second case, 10x is going to be negative square root of 2 over 3. Now, the difficult part is kind of over because the rest of this, we're chunking it down to a smaller level of difficulty in terms of solving. So again, if I draw a graph here for your reference, CAST, I'm thinking about 10x to be a positive ratio, which would be in quadrants 1 and 3. Now, I grab the calculator, I turn it on, I press clear. I have to confirm I am in radian mode. I take the inverse tan of the square root of 2 divided by 3. Now, this is going to be equal to, let me grab the same color for you, x equal to approximately, if I round this to 2 decimal places, that's going to be 0.68. Maybe I'll put one more decimal, so 0.685. If you look at your display, and I hope you're doing this live with me, it's 0.684719203. Now that is the related acute angle, which is that angle right there. So if you want to find the second angle, and again, I'll grab a different color, which is this angle. Let's try again, which is this angle. You want to grab pi plus the related acute angle, which is approximately 0.685. So again, if I grab my calculator, I press pi plus 0.685, that's going to be approximately 3.827. Again, I'm going to put a box around these two cases, but there are 4 answers. Likewise, if you look at the second column, again, I'm thinking about CAST, except in this case, I want to figure out which quadrant would 10x be negative. So again, in this case, it's going to be quadrants number 2 and 4. I go back, I grab the calculator, again, making sure you're in radian mode, take the inverse tan of negative of 2 over 3 inside the square root. So in this case, one possible answer is x equal to negative 0.685. Now you got to be careful here because that is not one of the answers. This is not inside the domain where x is in between 0 and 2 pi inclusive. So that's mathematically true, but it's not the answer we're looking for. However, this will still give you the related acute angle, which is 0.685. Same thing here, that's 0.685. So the two angles we're looking for, one of them is going to be here. That's basically pi minus the related acute angle, 0.685. Again, I'm going to put it in a box here. If I grab the calculator and I press pi minus 0.685, this is going to be approximately 2.457. Again, if I read the entire number, is 2.456592654 in my display here. And of course, the second answer, for your reference, I'll grab another color, which is from here to here. I'll grab 2 pi minus, so this is the other value for x, 2 pi minus the related acute angle, 2 pi minus 0.685. Again, if I grab the calculator and I work it out, 2 times pi minus 0.685, that's going to be 5.598. Now, here's a bonus step, everybody. Even though I am telling you these are the answers, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4 answers, what I would strongly suggest to everybody who's watching this right now, spend 1 extra minute. You're going to double check. Are you ready? I'm double checking with you. This is really important. This is the best feeling I can offer you. Really, don't skip this one last final step. It takes no more than 60 seconds. I grab the calculator. I start with the 0.685 and I plug it back to the original. So I press in my calculator 3 times open bracket sine of 0.685, close the bracket, square, and this is going to be 1.2. Likewise, I press 2 times cosine of 0.685 in brackets, square. And again, when I press equal here, I get 1.2 again. Again, you're not going to get exactly the same decimal, but if you round to one decimal place, you're going to get the same thing. So I put a check mark right there. Are you ready? We're going to do it 3 more times. This is worth your time, everybody. I press 3, open bracket, sine of 3.827, close the bracket, square, 1.2. On the right-hand side, 2 times cosine of 3.827, square it, 1.2 again. So I'm putting these check marks to confirm this for sure, it's right. 2 more cases. I move on to 2.457. I plug it in. Again, when I work it out in the display, I see 1.199628032, which is 1.2. Same thing, 2 times cosine of 2.457, square the answer, 1.2. One more time, are you ready? Great starter, great finisher. I press 3 times, sine of 5.598 square, 1.2. Last but not least, 2 times cosine of 5.598, square this, 1.2. So now I can let you know these 4 answers are for sure correct. If you find this video meaningful, it's adding value to your math life, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. I hope this makes sense.